If you've ever walked into an HR office feeling like a victim and walked out feeling like the defendant, you've encountered the weaponization of HR. At its core, human resources is not a sanctuary for employees. It is the company's internal defense firm. When the people team is actually the protection team for the company. Hi, I'm Rowena Chase, a corporate investigator. I spend my days sifting through the digital and behavioral wreckage of corporate disasters. As an investigator, my job is to find the truth, but I've learned that in the corporate world, truth is often secondary to risk mitigation. The people and culture rebrand. You may think a person holding the title Director of People meant someone whose primary KPI was employee happiness. You should know better. The shift from personnel to human resources to people and culture is one of the most successful branding exercises in corporate history. It is designed to lower your psychological guard. By using the language of empathy, therapy, and safe spaces, HR encourages you to speak freely. Here's the shocking truth. In an investigation, your vulnerability is just data. When you cry in an HR office because of a toxic manager, they aren't seeing your pain. They are measuring the likelihood of a hostile work environment lawsuit. They aren't your therapist, they are the company's intake officer. The neutrality trap. HR often positions itself as a neutral referee between you and your boss. This is a tactical illusion. As an investigator, the first thing I look at is the power map. HR's paycheck is signed by the company. Their stock options vest based on the company's performance. The truth is, their neutrality ends the moment an employee's complaint threatens a high-performing but toxic executive who brings in millions. If you are a mid-level manager complaining about a top-tier rainmaker, HR isn't looking to fix the executive. They are looking to see if you are the more replaceable part of the machine. True neutrality cannot exist when one party pays the salary of the judge. Documentation as a scalpel. We've all heard the advice, document everything. What HR doesn't tell you is that they are doing the same, but with a different goal. When you report an issue, HR starts a file. You think it's a file on your harasser. Often, it's a file on you. They are looking for performance gaps or behavioral issues that they can use to discredit you if you ever take the company to court. I've seen performance improvement plans issued within weeks of a whistleblower report. It's not a coincidence, it's a legal preemptive strike. By documenting you as a low performer immediately after you complain, they create a paper trail that suggests your complaint was just a defensive move to avoid being fired. It is clinical, it is cold, and it is highly effective. The culture fit guillotine. The most dangerous weapon in the HR arsenal is the term culture fit. It is the ultimate subjective guillotine. In my investigations, I see culture fit used to silence dissent without having to provide a specific fireable offense. If you raise questions about ethics, or if you refuse to participate in a boys' club atmosphere, you aren't labeled a whistleblower, you're labeled not a culture fit. Here's the insight. The term culture fit is used to bypass labor laws. It's a way of saying, we don't like that you're holding a mirror up to our flaws, so we're going to remove you for being difficult. It turns your integrity into a personality flaw. The mutual departure, theater. When the weaponization of HR reaches its conclusion, it usually ends in a quiet, windowless room with a mutual separation agreement. This is the final act of the protection team. They offer you a few months of severance in exchange for your silence, an NDA, and a non-disparagement clause. They make it feel like they are doing you a favor, helping you transition gracefully. Here's the reality. That money isn't a gift. It's a bribe to ensure your complaint stays buried. They are buying your right to tell the truth. I've watched people walk away with a check, feeling relieved, while the high-performing rainmaker who harassed them gets a promotion 3 months later because the threat has been neutralized. And deep down, I know this. HR is not being evil. No. They are simply doing the job they were hired for, protecting the corporation. I've realized that the only person looking out for your people and culture is you. When you walk into that office, remember, the meeting is a deposition. The safe space is a recorded environment. The support is a risk assessment. Go into HR with your eyes open, your own documentation ready, and the understanding that you are speaking to the company's defense attorney, not your friend. Once you understand the playbook, the weapon loses its power.